everybody, it's Jason Blahall with Ice Cream Fitness here. It's time for part 3 of the Monday Q&A, so let's get into it. Alright, first question, and this is from one of my regular female subscribers who I know competes in fitness competition. Should I take birth control to supplement estrogen if I'm a female and I competed in body fitness? Prepping has stopped my period and it didn't come back even when I gained fat to about 20% in a bulk. I think it might be a good idea to do that just to try to get your natural cycle reinitiated once a month. But I would also talk to a doctor about this and explain the situation. And that's something that people need to remember, and this applies to men and women both. Serious physique type competition, and this is other experts are going to disagree with me, is not healthy. For a person who doesn't put exogenous hormones into their body to drop down contest weight is simply not healthy. It will negatively impact your hormones. You're going to have some problems and it can take a while to get them rebounded back to normal. That's the reality of it. And this happens to both men and women. I've noticed women are more sensitive to it. So it's something you're going to have to keep in mind if you decide to get into these type of competitions. That your hormones are going to get out of whack. Women, you're going to stop menstruating. You're going to potentially have some hormonal balance issues. So what I would recommend with that is make sure your doctor is on board. Ask your doctor. I would say your doctor's probably going to agree here that going back on your birth control, because of the way it initiates a cycle by force, will at least get everything functioning again normally, hopefully. But don't just listen to me on that. Ask your doctor, because you're talking about your reproductive system and endocrinology. It's always best to consult them. Alright, next question. Squatting shoes. Overrated luxury for a lifter assuming purely for size. I'm not a fan of squatting shoes. I'm one of the few YouTube channels saying that. I think that they're a band-aid fix and a crutch for people who don't have enough mobility or their technique isn't quite right and they're having trouble with their squats because there's something wrong. I don't like band-aid fixes like that. If something is broken, don't throw a band-aid over it and hope it fixes it. Fix the problem. So no, I don't like squatting shoes. I think you should be squatting flat-heeled. It is the most natural movement, and I don't want to get into all the history on it, but I will tell you that if you lived in a third world country and you couldn't squat properly onto your heels, you're probably going to die of constipation because you'll never be able to take a shit because they don't have toilets in a lot of countries. It is the most natural movement known to man, and we've only lost it because of our lifestyle. So if you can't squat correctly without those shoes, you have problems and you need to sort that out. Alright, last question for the week. What do you think of musclepharm Assault? Well, as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of most supplements. I don't use many supplements. Right now I use vitamin D3 and an omega-3 supplement. But as far as this particular supplement, the only thing I have heard is that it can give you green explosive diarrhea. So if that's your desired result, take this supplement. You will spray green glowing shit out of your ass to your heart's content. So I'm assuming that's the reason you're taking something like this, because it's sure as fuck not going to put any muscle on you. So if your goal is neon green, glow in the dark diarrhea, then by all means use the musclepharm Assault. But if your goal is to gain muscle or strength, I would save my money. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. Let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. And I will talk to you next time.